going? Is that Captain Bowles I see in the chat? How's it going, man? Hey, listen, no, not today. So, hey, Atsuki, good morning. How's it going? So today, my daughter is homesick with a cold, so I might need to run off and help her blow her nose or run after her or something. We'll see. Hey, Henrik West, you're back. Welcome back. Ixi, Bruno Romanos, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, so like I said, my daughter is home ill, so I will have to potentially run after her. I'm gonna need to change that. Yeah, it's just a cold. Hey, Oms, good morning. Awaken the Beast, how's it going?
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Hey, dear bird, thank you very much for the host. Much appreciated. You win a beer.
Oh, I'm going for the high score.
Hey, says Zelin. Good morning. Background, yeah, I know. Party music. It's the party music background. So, like I said, my daughter is over there with a cold. Snot when she sneezes is everywhere, so I might just need to bolt it at some point. But we'll take that when we get there. Hey, Miller Finn, how's it going? Bon88, how's it going? Yeah, so I think I'll continue on this. Kind of like it. Not sure really if I like it or not. But we'll see. We'll see where we take it today. Maybe now while I'm talking a bunch of shit, let's do let's Google something. Matilda, ta ut håret från munnen. Du har hår i munnen. Oh, 1 second. Back. I slid into the chair. So, what I was saying, while I'm talking, I'm gonna quickly Google something, like an image, just to get the overall direction. I was hoping to find a painting, but it's all just photography, even though I wrote a painting. But let's use this one. This tiny image. Hey, Örjan. Come on. Ah, stop being so annoying. There we go. This tiny thing. Let's kind of use that as a direction. Alright, let's start the timer. I'm a little bit all over the place because I'm gonna have to be home and take care of my daughter. But anyways, nothing you can do about it when you got kids. Okay, so let's start. Let's see. I want to add some colors, obviously. Kind of pinkish purple, cold red in the whites. Hey, Eternal Lady, how's it going? Goodbye. Arian, I already told you, but I like you, so you get it twice. Good morning. Kind of like that, but the top part's gonna have to be cool blue, white. That was the wrong color. Yeah, like that. Okay. Ah. Kind of like that. I kind of like the palette that they created there. So I'm gonna just straight up lift it. As up. Dear Bird, it's my daughter is in kindergarten, so the flu is rampant. Arian, should I motivate you? All right, there, Arian, my dear Arian. Hopefully, my stream today will motivate you by taking someone else's painting, or in this instance, a photograph, I think, and you use it to your advantage to get your ball rolling. Oh man, this music. That's the downside of what's it called? I don't know what it's called. Free music. It's quite horrid. Hey Valmosse. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Much appreciated. Click that follow button. So you make sure to put the notification on so that if you want to come back, you'll get prompted by it. You'll get an email, or if you got the app installed, the desktop app for Twitch, you'll get a little clunk sound, and you'll be informed when I start painting. No, which is cool. So click that follow if you so wish. That music. Örjan. Yeah, that is a tricky one. When you're in the zone and you stepped up your game, and all of a sudden what you did a month back is like, cringe. Happens. It happens. The problem is that you can't really do anything. You can't go back on your work unless you ask the client, could I revisit the illustration? But the chances are they'll say no. But, you know, nothing hurts of having a little bit of artistic pride in that sense, prompting them. You know, like, listen, I feel like now that the painting has settled, if it's not announced yet, is there a possibility for me to do some alterations? You know, depending on the art director, they might go, you know, yeah, of course. Who knows? Hey, Tristan, good morning. How's it going? Quentin. Oh. Yeah, dear Bard. I'm not super happy with the background uns either. I'm gonna switch it off. It's just annoying rather than putting me in the zone. Hey, Mila. Oh, praise Queen Mila has arrived. Atsuki, yeah, definitely. Hurri, oh, really? You have a week before? All right, that's pretty good. You're in a good place then. Want to make it good. Yeah. Yes, ska dig, Matilda. My daughter just screamed, or not screamed, but shouted that she loves me. No. All right. So kinda digging the mood here, but yeah, I'm not still happy with it. It's still a lot of weirdness going on here, but it's definitely, I think it's going in the right direction. Let's 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 put it like that. Oh, it's just an art review. That's always a fun thing, right? Hey, Rakes. Good morning. Welcome. Or maybe actually, Rakes, for you it's evening. Either way, welcome. Hey, Captain Jetlag and Semti Para. Butter. It sounds like for me like butter, like you're saying butter. Your name is Butter. Butter. Sempi Butter. I have no idea how to pronounce your name the way it should be pronounced. But yeah. Müller, yeah, definitely. The thing is, I can't put on any sci-fi music or any fantasy music, like because it's copyright, right? That's the problem with it. Royalty-free music. You can't really have that freedom, and because actually, you know what? Uh, YouTube switched off my monetization because I didn't have enough good stats. Uh, so maybe just go F it and put on whatever music now as I want. I'm all good, Buka Lemon. How are you? Welcome. Good morning. Maybe best is to just put on the music. Actually, no, screw it. I don't. Not sure. Not sure. Not sure. Let's not put on some music yet. I gotta think about that strategically. Let's flip the image. I'm kind of. This painting is getting somewhere, but it's like it's missing that that oomph. But that being said, what have I spent painting this? This is like I'm I'm 40 minutes in from scratch on something I only paint half an hour in each time. So big picture wise, I'm good, well off. But the problem is trying, like I mentioned this before about like the idea of only painting for 30 minutes and then you have to leave it. It creates this really odd um, flow in the way you do the art. Because you have to stop painting or something just at the time when you start um, enjoying it. Oh, Captain Jetlag, you got vacation next week. Nice, nice. Okay, let's try one thing. Is it linear dodge? And if you do that, it should. All right. So if I do this, it does. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's try a thing. I want to like experiment a little bit today with the sense of colors. We'll see how successful I am. But, vad säger du, Matilda? Jaså? Hey, 3 random 9 autism. Autism? Autism. Welcome. Good morning. Captain Jetlag, she's homesick with a cold. And she sits over there all nose full of snot and babbling. Talking about her favorite movies and just babbling. But she said she loved her dad. Jag älskar dig, Matilda. Valmo said, well, in this instance, you don't see because it's hidden here, but I'm using linear dodge add layer setting. Okay, see. Linear dodge. Just to kind of slightly tweak the behavior of the brush. Hey, Mozart. How's it going? So like if I paint, you can kind of see remnants of the underlying painting because I'm dodging the color like linearly. You know, like ramping with this blue I have just dodges differently than blooming, rather than dodging it up like normal color dodge, like blooming the gradients. I think it's just kind of going straight up the, like it's like a, no, I guess linear dodge. I don't know. We'll see. Experimentation, right? Experimentation. Make it a little bit cooler. I want to get that kind of like random feel to it. Not to imitate other artists too much, but I'm going for a specific feel that I yet have not been able to capture in the painting. But you know, it's a warm up and so on. So what I think I need to do now is kind of push it in the right direction. So what I'm looking for is something in the lines of this. But it's, I have yet to see it. I want to boost kind of like that, but it needs to be the colors need to be, this is more like that, but this will probably work when I put it to color, or that. It's so weird. Like you shouldn't use green really. Like it's a dirty. It tends to be a dirty color, right? But for me, I just love the look of green. Like tension green, like this for me is like, oh, such a beautiful painting. But it isn't. It shouldn't be. You know. Let's see if I've seen that TV show. Actually, I kind of seen it, but I haven't watched it. Like I remember seeing some of it and then going, nah, not for me, as a kid. It was this around the same time for me as actually, let's do a test. Let's do an experiment that an old friend of mine used to do. Let's do like select everything that is like that. Somewhat like that. Hur ska jag klippa till this? And then paste it on top. And then cycle through layer settings until you see the desired effect. What I want to do is kind of like using that red that was in the original to offset the colors a bit. But I'm thinking it might have gone the wrong way. I think it needs to be stronger and more kind of like red. So let's see with the change in setting. Something more like that. Just to like put in vibrancy back in so that the painting isn't like stagnant. So his little trick was always to Hej Matilda. Gå och spela medan pappa ritar. Vänta. So you got to hear her a little bit more up in person. My little Tildis. I think the colors are getting where I was imagining them to go. Like looking at the painting here I used as a mood, like direction. It's not the same color space, the same gamut, obviously, but the mood is kind of like what I got caught in, and I think it would be a cool thing to, I mean, if to continue pushing when it comes to accents and all these things. But the first thing that everyone looks at is the face, and obviously it's lacking. So let's put that there. Zoom that out. A bit like this. No, like that. Okay. But like you can see that vibrancy I talked about. I boosted it a little bit now because it's better to overdo it, you know, in some cases than underdo it. So you can start seeing like the separation of those hues that arms, some more purple. Yeah, I mean the purples are kind of there, but they turn more red. But yeah, I can see purples working in there. enjoy your art review, Chistrand, and thanks for hanging out. Have a great day. Catch you on the Discord. So we got approximately 9 minutes left. 10, 10, 9. It's kind of fun to explore this painting. I feel like obviously it's very rushed, like I mentioned. With these warm-ups, you start and stop and you start and stop and you never get to it. And also I rush steps in the sense of like foundation and so on, just because, you know, I got to squeeze something in for 30 minutes. But that being said, I still enjoy this one so far. Some paintings, they contain that magic balance of things that appeal to you. And usually when a painting goes wrong is when you lose that that balance that usually is what's it called? Not subliminal. Is it subliminal when it's in the back of the head? Not submission. That's giving up. Subliminal. It must be subliminal. Like back of the head type thing. Subliminal. Subconsciously. Oh yeah, subconsciously probably is the better word. Hey, Flinke Klinge. Welcome. Good morning. Hey, yeah. Yeah, it would have been very easy to go the traditional or what you would assume to go with colors, but I wanted definitely something moody and less where you would go with fantasy. Let's flip it before I push more. And it's so easy to just go and define all the edges, and that's something I want to. That's another thing I want to do practice studies on the warm-ups is oh nice it's to do edge studies, like lost and found edges and all these things, you know, because it's such an important thing in paintings, especially if you have a painterly style, and if you're not doing photorealistic work, you really need to practice mark making. Just like I'm overworking an area here now. Like just look at, for example, everyone's favorite. This is all wrong. Everyone's favorite to look at, Jamie Jones, right? If you think about the way he renders, there's not a lot of definition in the sense of every edge is perfect. There's so much lost edges, and there's so much like suggestions in texture. It's just screwing it up. Or am I? Who knows? Who knows? I can't like spend too much time on one area either. But when it's a key area like the face, you really got to spend more time on it and work on it and make sure that you're making the right decisions and not rush them like I've done. I can honestly say now that I'm messing way too much with the face. I need to think about the pose and angle a lot more than just doing it off the cuff. Leave it. I think some pools of saturation. Just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. Hey Amir, how's it going? By the way, there's only one judge left to put their verdict, and I think there's one instance where this verdict would be the difference between win or lose for Unreal Bjorn. All other matchups have a clear winner. And so that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I'm good, thank you. My daughter is home ill though, so I'm a little bit. My mind is a little bit all over the place, like looking after her and talking to you here and squeezing work, and it's all good. It's all good. Flinke Klinge, I'm running an art competition called Unreal Bjorn, you know, which is it's just a silly name. But there's the announcement and hype trailer and all that, and then there should be around one. I need to go find it. Let me find it. And round one finished last Sunday. So now the people in the competition, they have 1 week of relaxation. And on Sunday, the announcement for the next topic and who won. So it's an elimination type. It's an elimination type competition. So what will happen is that the winners will continue on the winners bracket, and the losers will go to the losers bracket, and they will all fight for a chance to return. Here's my daughter. And so she's in. No, winner will go on to the winner bracket and keep fighting for the the winning streak, and then the losers will have a fighting chance to return in the losing bracket. So the winner will go to the semis. Matilda, go sit i soffan. Har du stängt av wifi? Nej. Ludzo. And all creds for the name goes to one Amir Levy here in the chat. He's the guy who came up with a splash. I just changed it a little bit. The name was his as well. It's a really funny name. It was just too good not to use. Props to Amir for making the move. Dearbard, maybe you're right. I haven't looked with the last one. Yeah, I heard little tiny voice. Yeah. Well, on round 2, Alex foul. There would have been a 3-on-3, 1 versus 1 versus 1 battle. So that's not a problem of making an uneven group. So that might still occur or not. I haven't done the math who goes where, but it'll come. It'll work itself out. And Dearbard, in regards to judges, maybe it was at least 50-50. Maybe I remembered it wrong. We'll see. I'll go double check after the stream. Flinky Clingy, if you go look at round 1 URL I posted, you'll see the round 1 entries there. Everyone who pinned for the competition. If Dearbird, if it's 4 versus 4 votes, I flip a coin. Or if it's 2, or if it's 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 match, then that's just two separate matches. All right, that's it. Time's up. I can't mess around anymore. I gotta get back to the work at hand. But thanks everyone for joining in. These were the colors that kind of started coming out. I kind of like it. It looks nice. Still loads and loads and loads of work left to be done. But at least I kind of like the beginning of it. The face, I feel, is one of the things that are bugging me the most. And it's something I gotta fix. Just, like to make it correct. Maybe just bloom it, having the top light so she's a little bit more ethereal might help it. And I think her, looking at it, her dress is too dark. Because, white fabric. But anyways, it's going in the right direction. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with what I squeezed out in half an hour when it comes to palette. Thank you everyone for coming. Let's see if there is anyone. Oh no, I don't want to host her. Let's check creative. Who's on the creative? Someone with 800 viewers that is doing butt manga. All right, no host. All right. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Good night. Good day. Blah 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 blah. So much things to think about. Bye, everyone.